It's green for go. They're racing.
He says go.
He says ta-da.
And Tiger Tara roars away from them on the home turn.
Here comes another big boil over.
Equine athleticism at its best. The king is in the castle once more.
This is in one race. The rest are almost in another postcode.
She is a star with a capital S.
It's going to be a triple treat, a miracle three-peat. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed history here at Menangle. What about that?
It's getting right up on the sprint lane and it's going to bolt in.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Sunday Session. My name is Greg Hayes. What a huge night of racing at Club Menangle with the running of the Miracle Mile. What a win from Leap to Fame. I thought his lack of early speed and the wide draw were going to be obstacles he could not overcome, but he smashed through any barriers before holding off a late surge from Sooner the Better to grab another feature race. It's been an amazing 3 months for the stallion. He won the Inter-Dominion before Christmas. He won the Hunter Cup last month, and since then, the Cranbourne Cup, Newcastle Mile, and now the Miracle Mile. Gee, I've seen a few people questioning his credentials as a champion of the sport. I think that's simply crazy. There are so many greats of the sport that haven't been able to achieve what he has in his career, and he's set to dominate for the time being. So, who's on the podcast today? I'm going to speak with Grant Dixon, the trainer and driver of Leap to Fame after the win. Spoke with him on the podcast last week, and I'm looking forward to hearing from him again. Also, I'll speak with Kevin Seymour. He's the owner of Leap to Fame. He's made this horse accessible to the people, and with a horse like this bloke, it's so important to allow that bond to build between the racing public and the horse. I was lucky enough to watch the race from the track on Saturday night, and the roar from the crowd when Leap to Fame hit the front was really loud. The public have bought in with this horse. He's in the hands of the right people to build that relationship as well. Sooner the Better ran out of his skin, finishing second to Leap to Fame. Local driver Gavin Fitzpatrick produced an absolute perler on the roughie, and he nearly caused the biggest boil over when he loomed to beat Larry. I'll catch up with Gavin as well to see what he thought when Sooner the Better rushed up to the leader's wheel. Other feature races on Saturday night include the New South Wales Derby. I'll speak with the winning trainer-driver Rickie Alchin. Some trainers can have a bit of luck and find a diamond in the rough and have fun winning some feature races. But when you keep winning feature races with different horses, you become a serious trainer, and Rickie is well and truly in that category. Call Me the Breeze was impressive, winning the Trotters Mile. Pat Driscoll bought the French-bred's trotter, and I think there would have been a fair bit of pressure when he first arrived, especially on trainer Anton Golino. The horse won the Great Southern Star in a great staying performance and turned on the afterburners in the straight on Saturday night to prove too strong. I'll catch up with Anton on the podcast. The Wraith Memorial was won by Millwood Bliss from the Brad Hewitt stable first up from a spell, so I'll have a quick catch-up with Brad. And the Sapling Stakes for the 2-year-olds was won by the Kerry Ann Morris trained He's a Treacherous, and I'll speak with Kerry's husband Robbie on the podcast as well. Let's have a listen to Fred Hastings' call of the Miracle Mile.
Racing in the Miracle Mile. One of the best away was Hi, My Name is Jeff. Speak the Truth, showing good speed. But have a look at Jeff come across. He's just going roughly. Oh, he's bobbled out of his gear. Hi, My Name is Jeff. So Speak the Truth is going to scoot through and go to the lead. Spirit of St. Louis gets the trail. They were followed next on the outside by Leap to Fame. Hi, My Name is Jeff is down and pacing, but just going very ungainly out of the straight. Sooner the Better. Loyalist has lobbed the 1-1. They were followed behind them then by Don't Stop Dreaming and Frankie Ferocious is last. First quarter was 26-1. They go to the back end. Speak the Truth was able to hold the lead. Spirit of St. Louis is second, and up on the outside, Leap to Fame punching the breeze. They were followed then by Sooner the Better, Loyalist in the 1-1. Hi, My Name is Jeff is 3 back in the moving line, followed by Don't Stop Dreaming, and last of all is Frankie Ferocious, the best part of 25 metres off the top. They run inside the halfway mark, 28 the second quarter, 54 and 1 the half, and the leader is one of the Queenslanders, Speak the Truth. His compatriot is up on the outside, sitting in second spot. Leap to Fame gets to the leader's wheel, 600 to go. Spirit of St. Louis under lock and key. Next the outsiders, Loyalist, Sooner the Better. Hi, My Name is Jeff from Frankie Ferocious, and Don't Stop Dreaming's last of all as they come for the money in Group 1 glory in the Miracle Mile. And the leader is Speak the Truth, but here comes Leap to Fame. Nowhere to go for Spirit of St. Louis. They were followed further back in the field then by Sooner the Better, getting into the clear at the right right time. Leap to Fame goes to the lead. He's the bolder in the field. Sooner the better. Sidling up alongside. Frankie Ferocious into the clear from Spirit of St. Louis. Leap to Fame needs to fight. He leads again. Leap to Fame. This could be a historic victory. This standard bred superstar. What a winner. Too good. Leap to Fame. He was just about down and out when Sooner the Better got on terms, but he has fought back, and a historic win in the big one. Goes home to beat Sooner the Better. Speak the Truth has wound up running into third spot and fourth. There was a few of them there.
Great call from Freddie. My thoughts on the race. Obviously, the race changed complexion in the early stages when Hi, My Name is Jeff went roughly and then galloped in the early stages. I asked Cam Hart what went wrong. He said he just went roughly for a stride or two and then he hit a wheel and then went into a full gallop. That allowed Speak the Truth the chance to kick through and hold the lead. Leap to Fame got around the galloper and was able to park up outside. Spirit of St. Louis got to the spot behind the leader, while Sooner the Better dropped to 3 pegs. Loyalist lobbed the 1-1. Hi, My Name is Jeff was behind him with Don't Stop Dreaming and Frankie Ferocious at the end of the field. As they approached the turn, Leap to Fame was able to hit the front. Sooner the Better was able to push off as Loyalist began to struggle, and Spirit of St. Louis was looking for a run. Jack Callaghan dragged him to the outside, but the abrupt shift looked to take all of the momentum out of him, and when he got into the clear, he only just held his ground. Frankie Ferocious followed through behind Sooner the Better. I can't wait to see the times Frankie ran over the final 800 metres because he looked to make up a lot of ground in a very fast last half. He ended up finishing fourth in what was a good run. Leap to Fame looked to be in dire straits a third of the way up the straight. Speak the Truth was kicking back on his inside. Sooner the Better was challenging, but champion qualities kicked in, and he proved too strong and was running away from his rivals at the finish. Time to hear from the connections. Let's start with the owner of Leap to Fame, Kevin Seymour, a man who has won more feature races across the country than he would care to remember. People talk about his wealth and what he's got from the sport of harness racing, but on the flip side, what about what he's done for the sport of harness racing? Gave broodmare owners the chance to send their mares to Mr. Feelgood free of charge. He's helped a number of junior participants in Queensland to get their careers going. He supported a number of charities. He sponsored a lot of races. He does a lot behind the scenes, and it's great to see him win the race. Kevin, what does the win mean to you?
I don't know. I mean, it's a strange feeling. It's excitement, exuberation, and the fact that when you think of it, I've been waiting for 50-odd years to win a Miracle Mile, and tonight is the night I've done it.
What about this horse? He is once in a lifetime.
He really is. I mean, I've delayed calling him a champion until tonight, and tonight, as you know, I've declared that he's a real champion. But, you know, what else could the horse do? He's won his last 10 races straight. He's won them convincingly. To New Zealand now and race in the grids in New Zealand, depending on how he pulls up. But tonight, really, I mean, has taught me one thing. I really believe in miracles after tonight.
When the horse hit the front on the home turn, not too many horses can get a following to get a crowd to cheer. And it happened in the Inter Dominion, and it's happened here again tonight. As soon as he hit the front, the crowd roared.
Yep. Well, I know that. And it's almost like a repeat of Newcastle. In Newcastle, they all come down the front, they all cheered it, they all stood around like they're standing at the present time around the presentation dice for ages after the race was completed. So I think really people have taken him into their hearts, and I think they'd love to see a champion.
I had a couple of older gentlemen come to me at Newcastle and say what a fantastic thing Grant did by taking him around the parade ring earlier than he had to be there to show the horse to the crowd. So Grant's working in with you in taking this horse to the people.
Yeah, he is. And I mean, we've taken it to some probably not obscure tracks, but smaller tracks, you know, Victoria and New South Wales, because one of the things that I believe is that if you're lucky enough to get a horse like this, I think then you should also consider the people in the sport and give an opportunity to see him, as well as doing a little bit for things like charity and things like that.
Is Grant like a son to you?
No, I wouldn't call him a son. He's a great guy. I mean, as we all know, he's a great trainer. But he's too quiet for my family. You know, the only thing you can get out of Grant is a bit of a grunt and a groan if you ask him how the horse is going to go. Tonight, for instance, I said, how's the horse going to go, Grant? Oh, good. Anything else? No, that's okay.
Is this the best feeling you've had in harness racing? You've won every race.
It is. I mean, to have spent all that time with an ambition of winning this race, then to win the Golden Crown for the three big events, I don't think it gets any better than what it is tonight.
Congratulations, well done. Enjoy it, both you and Kay. You put so much into the sport. It's great to see him rewarded with a great win in tonight's Miracle Mile. Thanks,
Greg, and to everyone who follows the horse and watches him race, thank you for taking the time to do that and to be part of, the team of Leap to Fame. He's not only our horse, but I hope that you also think that he's part of the fabric of harness racing.
From the winning owner to the winning trainer and driver Grant Dixon, a remarkable horseman who would have felt the weight of the world on his shoulders and drove his horse perfectly to win the event. Grant, you picked up the final leg of the Triple Crown, the Inter-Dominion, the Hunter Cup, and now the Miracle Mile. What a performance.
Yeah, he was super. We were so proud of him, and just so glad that he was able to break the hoodoo on the barrier.
So at the start, my name is Jeff goes up in the air. What are you thinking?
Oh, well, yeah, first off, obviously got to get around him first in one piece, and then, Cam kept him good and straight for everyone to get around, and it was just the main thing was to try and be only too wide by the first corner if we could.
And then up the back, he looked to be travelling very strongly.
I was happy with him, but he still had a fair way to go, and they were going along at a good, strong tempo, so... No, he sort of wasn't super confident, but he was travelling, so I was happy enough.
And then turning for home, sooner the better. When he got out, he got there real quick.
Yeah, and Larry had to dig in deep and, fight him off to his credit, and you could feel him on my back that he was travelling. So, I had a fair few concerns until we got near the post where he sort of fought back and was always going to probably hold him on the line.
What does the win mean to you and the family?
Oh, look, it was great that got all the boys here. Cooper missed in the Minion. He didn't come in for the night, but it's just great to have everyone here. And just obviously one of them races that I've watched from a kid right through, and never had a drive in it, and obviously it's one of the races that a marquee race that you always want to win, and so great to have it in the bag.
Has it been pressure for you over the last fortnight since Newcastle, waiting for tonight?
No, it's been pretty good. Obviously me and Tristan sort of sat down and made a plan with it all, and we were hoping that it'd come together, and hope that we made the right choices. Taking him home and going to Newcastle and that. So, thankfully it all played out, and we got the job done.
How important is Trista to Team Dixon?
Oh, well, she's probably 80%, and I'm 20, so very important.
And mate, what happens now? Kevin said after New Zealand's on the cards, and then what do you look at after that?
You've got New Zealand. If we go, we're going to make the decision up next couple of days, and then main thing is that then our winter carnival after that, and probably a lot of the same races roll back around again.
I was talking to a couple of older guys at Newcastle, and they gave credit to you by saying you had him out in the parade ring a lot earlier than you had to be there to give the crowd a bit of a look at this horse, and that's something that you and Kevin have both done. You've taken the horse to the people, haven't just stuck in Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane. You've been Cranbourne, you've taken him to Newcastle, and you've given the people a chance to see this special horse.
Yeah, we do actually get him, even if we're at home and there's no one there, we do actually like to get him out and give him a walk early, but you sort of got to, be kind to people, and they want to have a look at him too, and give him a moment just to watch him, walk and that. So it's been great. Just different people, want to get a photo with him and that. And I've never signed autograph. I've been signing autographs because of Leap to Fame and that. So it's just great to be along the ride with him.
One of the biggest thrills in your career tonight?
Oh, definitely, yeah, for sure.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Gavin Fitzpatrick nearly caused the biggest boil-over in the history of the Miracle Mile when sooner the better the despised outsider loomed to win, and he ran the race of his life to finish second. Gavin, you got there really quickly when you moved.
Yeah, he did, Greg. At the top of the straight, he was just jogging. So I thought, big hope here. And I reckon he nearly levelled up, but just all credit to the winner. He's an amazing horse.
Well, take us through the run. So early on, from your middle draw, you were always looking to slot in somewhere?
Yeah, I wasn't sure Spirit of St. Louis could cross the one. I thought maybe I could come across with him, but he couldn't cross, and then Loyalist was happy to stay one off, so I sort of had to drag him back a bit, and then 3 fence was available, so couldn't get there quick enough, yeah.
And then down the back, he relaxed okay for you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, he relaxed really good tonight. He was really good, yeah. He travelled lovely all the way, and at the 600 I was really happy where I was, yeah.
And then when you were able to get into the clear, you obviously thought maybe tonight's the night.
I did, yeah. He was, the way he was travelling, he just felt like he was going to get there, but and he moved real good, and he went super. He tried his heart out and just got beat by a champion.
How did it come about for you to pick up the drive for Barry and Scott?
Barry, we've had a good association with Barry for a long time now, but Barry sent us a few horses probably 2 or 3 years ago now, and he rung Dad a while ago. He said he was going to bring Merlin and Soon the Better over, and he just rung up a bit before the series and said, would you be able to drive him? So, I jumped at it.
That was a nice pickup drive. He raced extremely well in the chariots as well.
He did. He went super there, and all his runs, probably the night he led is maybe a fraction disappointing, but his other 3 runs have all been great, yeah.
And what about the fact you pick up the drive in the Miracle Mile? Did you think that they might have used Zach, or did they always say, if whatever he's here, while he's here in Sydney, you're going to be driving? Yeah,
I wasn't too sure, but the way Scotty was talking, I thought I was a good hope. Yeah, and no, they were gladly left me on, yeah.
Well, mate, congratulations. Big effort to run second. And as you said, second to a champion. There's no shame in that.
No, absolutely, yeah. No, it was great to be involved.
Let's talk about the New South Wales Derby. Is it time to change the Derby distance back to 2,300 metres rather than the 2,400? The starting point isn't a great one. The horses drawn on the inside look to be disadvantaged. Interesting to see the Eureka has moved from the 2,400 metres back to the 2,300 metres, and the starting point was one of the reasons given behind that move. Anyway, back to Saturday night's race. Soho Spectre, last year's 2-year-old of the year in New South Wales, the 2-year-old colt or gelding of the year, I should point out, proved too strong in a blanket finish. Rickie Alchin produced a pearler of a drive, going to the pegs when majority would have taken the 1-1. They don't hand out Derby victories, especially a New South Wales Derby. What does that mean to you, Rickie?
Oh, it's unbelievable, Greg. I mean, I know you aspire to win a Derby and to win the New South Wales Derby here at Menangle on, a horse that we broke in, and we've taken him right through to this stage. He won the Sapling here last year, and to win the Derby was something else.
Horse of the year as well. Mate, what was your thoughts in that race? Because a lot of people would have been coming off into that 1-1. You stayed the fence.
Look, my pop's not real well at the moment. He's in a nursing home, and I did come off for half a cart, and I thought Pop used to always say to all us boys, the fence is the shortest way home. So thanks, Pop. I remembered it this time. Not very often I did, but I went back to the fence and it won me the race, so I'll donate that one to Pop.
So what were you thinking at the top of the straight?
I just needed to get out. He was travelling so well. He pulled pretty hard. It was a pretty slow tempo for a Derby. At the top of the straight, I was thinking, shit, I should have stayed 1-1 here. But as it turned out, I got across the backs of him, and he's a fast horse, and we weren't confident of winning tonight, but we were definitely confident of him running a good race, and he proved us right.
Mate, it's not a fluke if you keep winning Group 1 races with different horses. That's a feather in your cap. You just keep turning up in these big races winning.
I mean, it's a privilege to hear that, Greg, but it's also a team effort. The whole crew at home. It's not just a one-man show. It takes, your vets, your farriers, all your staff. It's a team effort, but we're fortunate enough to have good owners with nice bred horses, and it helps win races like these.
And what about Rob Watson? I think you've had 2 out of the mare, and they both competed at the high level.
Well, now, they both won Group 1. Soho Rhapsody won the Bathurst Gold Bracelet, and she actually finished up with me last night. She heads off to Perth, so, it was a nice replacement to win the Derby with her little brother today.
Well, mate, congratulations. Well done. Where do we see him next?
Bathurst Gold Chalice heats in about 2 weeks, I think they are. So, hopefully we can do it again.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thanks, Greg. Cheers.
The Yabby Dam Hammerhead Trotters Mile was won by Yabby Dam Trotter, Call Me The Breeze. He's a hugely talented trotter bred in France that already had a big career CV before arriving in Australia. Anton Golino is the man who has been given the job of training the millionaire in the Southern Hemisphere, and he has had a remarkable start to his Aussie career, winning the Great Southern Star and now the Hammerhead.
Yeah, no, it was very satisfying, Greg. It's a high-pressure horse, for us. As I've said in the past, he's sort of new to us, I guess, having an up-and-going horse. We've always sort of had babies and done it that way. So there's always a lot of pressure on with him. You know, we put ourselves under a lot of pressure, and it's very satisfying to get the job done.
Coming to Menangle and the big track must have been in the back of your mind. I can't wait to get him on a big track like that.
Yeah, yes and no. Like, you know, I was obviously after his last start, you know, and it was no fault of his own. You know, I was probably my mistake. You know, I raced him without a tongue tie and probably the wrong bit on and a set of blocks on, and he just fired right up. You know, so when they have a bad experience like that, you sort of, you're always guessing yourself if they'll come back to you, you know. But, you know, kudos to the horse. He's just a high-class horse and you know, great manners. So he done the job, yeah.
So tonight, with Nathan driving, did you tell Nathan, you know, we want him to relax?
Oh, no, I really just, you know, Nathan asked if I was happy with him, and I said, yeah, we're happy. You know, we had a great week. The horse travelled up super. He hasn't missed a feed. He's drank plenty of water, which was, you know, a big thing in the heat. So I was happy with the horse. But, yeah, you know, he drove him, obviously, last start, so he knew the circumstances. But we made a few gear changes and put a mini bit on and changed his bit and open bridle, and he was very good in his work the other day. So, you know, I was sort of happy enough to let Nathan sort of do what he wanted to do. You know, we know the horse got great gate speed. So he sort of had to use it, I guess, and and the horse relaxed and got the job done.
I think the most impressive part of the victory was when Nathan just asked him to go and he found 10 metres in the space of about 80. Like, he's obviously got that really high acceleration when he does push the button. Yeah,
he does. You know, he's got a heap of speed and you know, obviously he's got quite a good high cruising speed too. So, it was just very good to see him relax and drop the bit. And Nathan actually said he was probably a little on the lazy side, which was good, what we wanted to see, you know, because they're not all mile races and you know, at this level they can't afford to be keen and racing hot. They just can't beat horses like Just Believe in that like that, doing that. So, he's got a real good turn of foot, you know.
Pat Driscoll's done great things for the sport. I know he's the boss, but what he's done for the breed in this part of the world is unbelievable.
Mate, like the amount of, you know, I know a lot of people can put money into something, you know, obviously, you know, we've probably seen in our industry a lot of people pour money into the industry, you know, but I think what people probably don't understand the amount of homework and the amount of hours he puts into the breed and researching the mares and, you know, like, it's definitely starting to really pay off for him, you know, and horses that we're breeding like Just Believe and horses like this that we're bringing over in the stallions and the quality of mares. It's just been amazing for the industry down here, and, you know, like, he deserves a statue, the guy, you know, like, honestly, he does that much for the sport, and, you know, even sponsoring a race up here, and we're based in Melbourne, but, you know, it was fantastic to have him in the industry.
So, to New Zealand now, what's after that?
Yeah, no, we'll go to New Zealand, that's the plan. Then after that, you know, we sort of haven't really looked that far ahead just yet. We'll just sort of get through New Zealand, and whether we stay on and go to the Rowe Cup and that, you know, I said to Pat, we'll sit down and have a look at it when we get back from Sydney, and, you know, just sort of try and focus on one thing at a time. But that's always an option too. You know, it's at the end of the month, end of April, and the slot race at the start of April. So whether we leave him there with someone and they tick him over until the Rowe Cup and that, we'll just see what happens, when we sit down and talk about it.
Well, mate, congratulations with the win tonight. Another Group 1. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
The Sapling Stakes was the race all trainers wanted to win with their 2-year-olds before races like the Sires Stakes or the Breeders' Challenge or the Bathurst Gold Crown were invented. It's steeped in tradition and the race has a remarkable honour roll. He's a treacherous, put his name on the winners list when he out-toughed his rivals. Robbie Morris drove for Kerry Ann, and Rob, that was super impressive.
Yeah, he's a lovely colt. He does everything right and he's got such good manners. It's a credit to Josh and Kerry. They've done a super job with him. They love their babies and they take their time, and yeah, he's really nice.
You went around to the chair, you attacked, you hit the front on the top of the straight. That was pretty gutsy.
Yeah, he got looking around a hell of a lot, but he held out good, and I was a bit worried about him getting there so early, but sort of lobbed the wrong helmet early, so I had to make a decision, and he was super.
What did you make of his run on debut at Bathurst?
Yeah, super happy with him. Yeah, I was wrapped with his run. I know he got beat, but I was super happy with him.
And so where does he go to now?
He'll go to Bathurst Heats in a fortnight and then get through there and hopefully head on to Nutri and then.
Okay. Do you think this track suits him the best? Is the 1400, or it doesn't really worry him?
No, he's fairly versatile. I don't think it matters where he is. He's so well-mannered, which is going to take him a long way.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
The Wraith Memorial was won by Brad Hewitt and Millwood Bliss. First up from a spell, she proved too strong for her rivals. That was very impressive.
Yeah, first up since the Breeders' Crown, but yeah, she's just a little sweetheart, just goes out and just gets the job done.
We really had to do it tough tonight. Drew the outside and you had to drive it tough.
Yeah, well, it was always going to be the case. Like, you can't go all the way back to last in fields like that. But I was lucky enough to get in early for a bit of cover. But then when I took off, the death horse was pulling its head off. I'm not sure if it choked down or not, but made us do a bit of work. But yeah, she just done it really nice.
And then she fought up the straight. After doing that extra work, she was able to hold them off.
Yeah, no, she was still doing it nice and easy, never pulled the plugs or anything, but I didn't want to knock her around either. She come off a bit of a shortened prep, so just try to look after her the best you can.
So she's now had the 8 starts, she's won 5 of them. What are your plans? New South Wales Oaks, is that the main goal?
Yep, that'll be the next main target. She'll probably just have a week or so in the paddock now and freshen up, and I think we got nearly 2 months or so till the Oaks is on, so we've got plenty of time up our sleeve and come back, have a start or two before the heats, and we'll be aiming for that.
Will you be thinking about a trip to Queensland with her after that?
Yep, hopefully, fingers crossed, just everything goes right in between, but it got probably all the Oaks earmarked for her because she's not eligible for anything other than Breeders' Crown, so we've got to try and target them better races.
And you took her to Goulburn for a trial recently?
Yep, she just went around at home a fortnight ago, and she just does what she has to. She's just a little professional, so I just love her.
And good having Mick Boots in the stable.
Yeah, no, he's been a great supporter of mine, and he's a great mate too. But she went really good tonight, and his 2-year-old went good too. So he's been a great supporter of everyone too. I can't speak highly enough of him.
Mate, congratulations tonight. Well done.
Good on you. Thanks, Greg.
So that was a wrap of Saturday night. Again, this podcast is out later than I wanted it to be because I was at the sales today at Inglis. There were a couple of big prices paid, include $240,000 for the filly by Sweet Lou out of Revere Me. The second dam is Excuse Me, the mother of Have Faith in Me and Adore Me. I had the chance to catch up with the breeder Scott Robertson at the sales to have a chat after the sale, and I asked him what a $240,000 filly meant to him.
It's just thrill of a lifetime. Stuck with Nutrien. They've looked after me superbly. To meet a couple of lovely people from New Zealand that brought the filly. She was special. What more can you say?
How did you come about to have this filly?
Just luck, I suppose. Peter Lagan rang up and offered it to me. I brought her in foal to Sweet Lou. We were just a bit lucky at the time. We brought a few out of that family. We've had really good success with the family, and it's amazing that filly's come to us and then she's going back to New Zealand. So that's how regarded the family is, and I think that's a lot of the ways where the industry is going a little bit with our sales. You just got to have the superb families and breed the superb athlete, and that's what she is.
What were you thinking before she went into the ring? How much?
Look, I thought she'd make well over 100, but we only had a $75,000 reserve on her. And I told everyone that all weekend because we're here to sell. And that's all you can do, put reasonable reserves on them, work with the people and go from there. And we're just lucky. Today we got paid. We'll come to sales where we won't get paid. But, when you're fortunate enough and lucky enough to get a filly like that, it's a sad day if you didn't get paid. Yeah.
And what was your feeling when it just kept going up? 180, 200, 220,
You'd go numb. Realistically, you don't. I had a lovely colt last year we sold for good money. I thought this filly was a little bit better in type, and to see her make a little bit more, it's just rewarding for everything you do. And for the industry to be able to, that's my phone, someone's trying to get me, I get hold of me or whatever, it doesn't matter. But to get that result shows that there's still confidence in the industry. We saw great racing last night, there's great racing in New Zealand, and to be a part of it and be a part of having a filly like that. It's just, you just go numb. What do you do? How do you say? You've just got $250,000 for a filly.
And they tell me you've branched out as well. You're in the gallops. You're breeding Todman winners?
Oh, not Todman winners. We got second. We knuckled over and nearly bit the ground, but he ran a beautiful race. He's just a lovely horse. He won the Silver Slipper. We're in the Slipper next week. Just love horses. Doesn't matter whether. Don't panic. I've still got 14 standardbreds and only 2 thoroughbreds, so I'm not leaving anytime soon. But I just love standardbreds. They're just the beautiful natured horses. Like that filly's just your best mate. She just come up to you, hug you, do whatever you want to do with her.
Sad to see her go then?
Nearly got a tear in the eye. Very sad.
And no doubt you'll be watching very closely on her.
We just swap details. They're lovely people that have just brought her. We've got their contact details, and we just hope that she does what they saw in her, what we knew that was in her. So it's just you just hope for the best. When people invest in you and the product you produce, you just hope that they can get the best out of her. And she's going to go to 1 or 2 good homes over there. So, we'll keep in contact, and hopefully she is what she looks, because she's just an athlete.
And what's next for the mare? Like, what's she got?
She's got a Huntsville colt on the ground. Might have to look after him a little bit more now. And she's in foal of Captain Treacherous.
Exciting times ahead.
There's always exciting times in harness racing or thoroughbred racing, greyhound racing. As long as you're part of a sport and things go, who cares? It's just a great, this industry is a great industry, and there's so many great people. There's lifetime friends in it.
How do you celebrate tonight? Last question.
There might be a nice bottle of red that's a bit more expensive than I usually buy, but I reckon it might be a headache tomorrow, and go from there.
Congratulations, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Winning.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Winner!
That was legitness.
That I say, all right. Wow, winning.
Bam! Just like that. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. A winner! Just like that.
Time for a look at the winners from last week. Bully Born proved too strong on Tuesday at Menangle for me, while Buddy Brilliance won for Mr. T. So the updated leaderboard has me on -$2 and Mr. T is on -$82. So a fairly sizable lead for me. Now, what is going on this week? Well, Mr. T's keen at Bathurst on Wednesday. Race 1, number 1, Sporty Mary. We used to call that the drunks bet when I worked at 2KY. Race 1, number 1. Hasn't won a race since November last year, but has been around the mark of late. Ran second at Young 3 starts ago. This looks a bit easier than last start when 6th behind a Rock and Roll Star. So race 1, number 1, Sporty Mary. And race 9, number 4, Intrusion for Bernie Hewitt. The 3-year-old has already won 2 races in its career. The most recent of those was in January. Beaten a long way last time out, but this looks a lot more suitable. So race 9, number 4, Intrusion. For me, Goulburn, Monday, race 8, number 8, Vapor Fire, has drawn the car park, stepping up in grade, but killed its opposition at its last start, winning by more than 20 metres. I think that form since arriving in New Zealand is strong enough to be competitive again, and the McDonough and Arvidson combination will take some beating. So that is race 8, number 8, Vapor Fire. Menangle, Tuesday, race 6, number 8, No Heartthrob. Very short in the market on debut in Australia, but won comfortably despite the step up in class. Looks extremely hard to beat. Will be short, but looks the winner. Race 6, number 8, No Heartthrob for Jack Trainer. Now, the fantasy update for the week. Overall, it's still Champo 71 leading, but the overall lead has been cut down. 11,796 for the leader. Mays is in second on 11,714. I'm in 84th, a long way back on 10,202. Round 15 was a high-scoring one. Harralumbus proved too strong with 884 points. Bodie Tree was second with 875. Last year's winner, Will Norman, he had a good week. He ran 5th with 863 points. Cam Hart seems the logical choice for captain, and that's the way I'm going to go this week. Some of the big boys are getting very, very expensive now. A few of them up over the $2 million mark. That just about wraps up another edition of the Sunday session, and that's the end of the carnival as well. We definitely go back to regular release times next Sunday. It'll be out before lunchtime next Sunday. Hit the subscribe button to the Sprint Laden podcast so you get notification of when the podcast drops every week. Huge thank you to everyone who was on the podcast this week. Kevin Seymour, Grant Dixon, Gavin Fitzpatrick, Also had Rickie Alchin on the show, spoke with Anton Golino, we spoke with Robbie Morris, we spoke with Brad Hewitt, and also spoke with Scott Robertson. A huge show. Hope you've enjoyed the podcast this week, and I'll talk to you again next week.